One of the most common questions that I've been asked lately is, how are so many people making millions of dollars on meme coins, and how do I get in on the craze? Well, before we dive into that, there actually is a few things that you can do, and I'll link some resources down below to help give you the right information or the right path to go down if this is a game that you want to go to. My only disclaimer is meme coins are fun, but it is gambling. It is the equivalent of going to Vegas and putting all your money on black on the roulette table or whatever and hoping for the best. So with all of that disclaimer out of the way, let's dive right in. So there's people that are making 1,000% and up to 5-figure percentage gains on these meme coins. And the obvious part of this is there's a few different criteria that people will use in order to get into these meme coins. Now, meme coins are not new. This is something that's been around on Ethereum since back in 2016, 2017 with CryptoKitties and a few others. Only lately has it been mainly just the meme coins that are on Solana. Why on Solana? Mainly because it's cheaper to produce, transaction fees are lower, and it's a lot easier for people to get in, where Ethereum, it's a lot higher barrier to entry, there's gas fees and so on and so forth. But with that being said, you look at things like Dog with Hat, that's a Solana based meme coin. You look at things like Floki, we have the original OG meme coin, which is Doge, which happens to be in the top 10 market cap, by the way, with over $24 billion, which is actually insane. And we all know that Elon Musk promoted that in 2021 when he was on SNL, and that was actually the peak. And that price went from like a third of a penny when I originally traded it back in the day. I don't have any now, but originally back in the day, it was like a third of a penny, maybe less. Went all the way to 74 cents at its all-time high, and has since gone down. I think it's hovering at around like 15 cents as of shooting this today. But the point is that I don't underestimate meme coins anymore. Yes, they are a literal joke. And so if you're going to invest your money, there's a few things that you might want to understand before you get into this. Obviously, it is gambling. That's the number one thing. You can't go into this thinking that you're expecting a return, because anything could happen. You could get rug pulled. It couldn't get picked up on virality. There's all sorts of factors that go into making money on meme coins. And I'll admit that I have invested in meme coins in the past. Invest is the wrong word, actually. I've more so traded in and out of them. I don't hold any of them long term due to such the high risk. But I have ridden the waves of a few of them, some mainstream ones. I mean, even including at one point in time, I've had Pepe, I've had Floki, I've had Shib for strategic trades with specific trade setups for a predetermined amount of time. So I was able to calculate risk on my end, but it was still, even with all of that, it was still considered gambling because there's no fundamentals on these. There's really no way to know what can happen, when the top is, when the bottom is. I mean, there's really no way to kind of measure that, especially with these new meme coins. There's an argument to be said that you could do this, with Doge since it has such a large history, but a lot of these are just finding dog-based coins, with the exception of like Pepe or something like that, but they're finding these coins, and basically what they're doing is they're trying to get them to go viral on Twitter, on Reddit, and all these different platforms, TikTok, to try to get people to invest in and to buy. I mean, one perfect example right now that's going on in the world is Roaring Kitty, who's a part of the GMC GameStop saga, is currently pumping the GME actual stock. Now, there's a meme coin called GME that's capitalizing on that news and that momentum and that craze and that what's going on in the world right now. So it's quite interesting to see that that's taking place. So I have a few bits of advice, and I'll link some resources down below in the description if you really want to get into it, but it's very thin. And what I mean by that is how you vet these projects. It's really just a shot in the dark. And so there's a couple things that you want to look for. Obviously, you want to go through, and I'll link this down in Reddit below. It kind of gives a guide of how people that have been successful in meme coins, how they kind of locate it. Right now, like I said, virtually no meme coins are being created on Ethereum. I mean, you have some OG ones, like I'll even say like Shib, for example. That's an Ethereum-based token. But all the newer ones that we're seeing, like Dog with Hat, Pepe, Floki, all of those ones are just the ones off the top of my head because those have been the most successful, have all been Solana-based meme coins. So basically, in a nutshell, you get a wallet, you fund it with Sol. You have to use the Sol to actually buy this token address, whatever it is that you're choosing. I'm going to link down a list of ones that are coming up. And then it's really just dealer's choice. Which one do you think is the funniest? Which one do you think has the chance to go viral? Which one do you think, and again, this has nothing to do with developers because real developers aren't doing these kinds of things, but which one do you think is going to have the best following? You can do research on TikTok, you can do research on Instagram, see if there's anybody talking about the specific meme coin that you're about to buy into. And then you're also going to have a price bias, meaning if it seems really cheap, psychologically people are more inclined to buy in thinking that, oh, it's super cheap, if I get in now, the price is going to go way up and I'm going to get rich. Whether or not the tokenomics validate that to be true is a completely different story. But basically what you want to understand is look at it from the lens of people that don't understand this and that they're just more likely to gamble and say, oh, I like this coin because it's a dog, everyone loves dogs, price is low, it's shooting up the news, it's shooting up crypto market cap and CoinGecko, I better get in now. And the most important thing I can tell you after all of that is have a plan. And what I mean by that specifically is don't just blindly buy. Before you hit the buy button, actually understand, okay, I'm going in at this price. Once it hits this price, I'm going to start scaling out or fully cash out, because you don't know when the party's going to end. You don't know if it's a rug pull. You don't know if the owner of that or the developer or whoever created the token is holding more than a 50% supply. Yes, you can do some due diligence on the tokenomics, but more importantly, you want to understand that there's no way to vet these things to a degree that's reliable. So you just want to be careful. Before you purchase, you want to make sure that you have a target, you have a plan, and just saying it's going to go to the moon is not a plan. All of these meme coins have boom and bust cycles. Unfortunately, more often than not, they are rug pulls and people get left holding the bag and they get ripped off. I don't want that to happen to you guys, so just set a plan. And the best way I would do it, and the way I've done it in the past that's been successful, look at making sure that it has large exchange distribution if it's already a meme coin that's on the radar. If it's a newer project that's not yet on an exchange, again, I'll give you some resources below that will go into depth on how you can do that, but there's no guarantee that it will get listed on an exchange, that it will go viral, that it will get any momentum. That's the risk that you take when you're investing early into a meme coin that you believe is going to take off and become the next Pepe or the next Floki or whatever the case may be. If you decide to dabble in meme coins that are already established, things that have large trading volume and market caps and has a lot of different exchanges that are supporting it, in my opinion, that's a little bit safer, but most of the alpha is already gone, meaning most of the gains have already been had. If it's reached the point where it's on an exchange already, then it's likely that there's not much more upside. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying if you really want to say, you see all these news articles of like someone put in $1,000 and now they're worth $69 million. Those are people that took straight in the dark shot gambles and were just hoping for the best and really got lucky. And I say lucky because there was no strategy behind it. There's no way of knowing how successful it was going to be. There's no way of knowing what was going to happen unless you have insider information or unless you know the developer has done this before. And again, there's a lot of risk that goes into that too. So I just want you guys to be aware it is possible. I've made good money off of them trading, not investing. The distinction there is one is pre-planned. I'm going to go in at this price, I'm going to exit at this price, and you know exactly the risk that you're taking because you've pre-planned it before you do it. That way it takes out the emotions, and there's a lot less of a risk that it's going to be something that you emotionally get tied up in and thinking, okay, and that's a human thing. I'm not judging. That happens to me. It happens to every human being where your emotions can take hold, and this is why setting a plan before you hit buy is so crucial so that you don't get wrecked. I personally like to set different targets and scale out and then leave a runner in case it does go to the quote-unquote moon, and there's no way of knowing how high these things can go, how much money can go flow into it, how viral it can go, those kinds of things. So I hope this was helpful. Please comment down below. Let me know if you wanted me to do more videos about meme coins and getting into the weeds on those things. This is just a kind of a top-level overview of, I've had people ask me, like, how are they making 1,000% gains and 10,000% gains on these meme coins? And the truth is a lot of it is luck, but there is some strategy. So comment down below. Let me know what you think. If there's another video you want me to do a topic on, please like and subscribe. This is a new channel for me, so I'm trying to get some momentum. Keep it separate from my other Crypto Renegade channel, which is linked down below, where I leave crypto hardware wallet reviews and security-based reviews on there. So in the meantime, go ahead and click on this video right here on your screen if you don't want to wait for my next one to come out. And if that's all, Crypto Renegade out. See you guys next time.